continues tonight in the Harding-Nancy Kerrigan saga with the Winter Olympics women's figure skating due to begin Wednesday.
Get to the point, will you?
Point is, the Harding-Kerrigan intrigue has certainly jazzed up interest in the American women in the Winter Olympics.
Right.
Not like the recent games when about all our journalists had to interview was an obscure, low-placing speed skater named Mary Doctor who blamed earlier dissipation on ruining her career.
I'm not using my brain. I wasn't using my talent. At skating, I guess, is my talent. I was going out every night drinking loads of beer and smoking a lot, too. You think that's funny? And my mom and dad were going nuts, though, thinking I'm a loser. Say what? You think that's funny? Say what?
Well, Mary wondered if the reporter thought her problem was funny.
You think that's funny?
Blow it out. How do you do? I'm Jim Healy on KMPC Los Angeles and the Golden West Radio Network. Brought to you by Lexus, Caesars Palace, and the Southern California Chevrolet dealers.
And this is Bob Rowe along with Jim Healy and Jim's highlights of the week on 710 Sports KMPC, beginning with Monday.
Way to start the week on Valentine's Day than to know Tonya Harding and Nancy Kerrigan will soon be united again, practicing on the same ice rink in Lillehammer, Norway.
Right.
Maybe Tonya will even get a chance to give Nancy that hug she talks about. Let me call you Headline, Lillehammer, Norway, goofs continued. Listener Matt B. caught CBS TV's anchorman, JN, at the top of yesterday's 11 a.m. Winter Olympics coverage report that America's A.J. Kitt had won the men's downhill.
That is so much crap.
Yes, America's Tommy Mull won it. A.J. Kitt was 17th.
Cowabunga, dude.
I've got to know.
Headline, Los Angeles, Nancy Kerrigan, Tonya Harding, update.
By Kevin, all is good.
You catch today's headline in the World Champion about Kerrigan resenting having to share the same practice rink at the same time with Harding in Norway.
Yeah,
The headline reads, Anger in Kerrigan's camp.
blow it out.
He's still yelling at babies, you notice?
Blow it out.
Deadline, Sunset Strip, follow-up payment. So Nancy objects to U.S. officials allowing Tonya to compete in the Winter Olympics. Gee, Nancy didn't complain when she failed to qualify for the Olympic team Jan 7, but U.S. officials decided to put her on it anyway by bumping Michelle Kwan. Nancy didn't complain about their judgment then, did she? No.
Okay.
Deadline, Lillehammer, Norway, Nancy Kerrigan continues. She thinks it's pretty horseshoe of the International Skating Union to make her practice on the same rink as terrible Tonya Harding.
Right.
In rebuttal, the International Skating Union says, hey, United States, your athletes practice together. That's the way it works in the Winter Olympics. If you can't clean your own dirty house with your own two separate organizations, don't come crying to us for special privileges. We're handling nations from all over the world. The Winter Olympics aren't set up for the convenience of the United States and its temperamental female athletes from snobbish New England.
Right.
Sorry, Nancy, but you're showing signs of becoming a pain in the old keister room.
She is a lovely lady, and my apologies to her.
Blow it out. Dateline, Lillehammer look-alike department, Nancy Kerrigan and the actress. A young Katharine Hepburn.
Right.
Maybe the high cheekbones or the eyes, suggests listener Erwin Shapiro. Okay, ask Tim McCarver.
Well,
Dateline, Sunset Strip, in case you missed it, Report that Tonya Harding has an offer to pose nude as a Playboy magazine centerfold.
Hey, what?
Tonya Harding.
Okay. Okay.
Headline, New York City, fast follow-up. Newsweek magazine reported Playboy offered Tonya $250,000 to pose nude.
Okay. Okay.
Headline, Portland, follow-up denial. Attorney for Tonya says the story is crapola, that she's never been approached by Playboy, that she hasn't even been approached.
She is a lovely lady, and my apologies to her.
Headline, Sunset Strip. Afterthought, Tonya and Nancy. As journalist Bill Dwyer noted over the weekend quite correctly, both United States and international Winter Olympics officials put their tails between their legs and ran like hounds when Ms. Harding filed the $20 million lawsuit.
Get to the point, will you?
Well, these pompous people on amateur ruling bodies are very brave till a lawyer blows his whistle and files a suit.
Right.
Didn't take him 10 seconds, did it, to throw Michelle Kwan off and put Nancy Kerrigan on last month? Because nobody yelled lawsuit.
Right.
Dateline, Las Vegas, afterthought betting line on Tonya and Nancy.
Like heaven, falling again.
Why is Tonya 30 to 1 on the Caesars Palace line and Nancy only 2.5 to 1?
Get to the point, will you, Jim?
Well, in 1991, Harding beat both Kerrigan and future Olympic gold medalist Christy Yamaguchi to win the United States Championships. And Tonya didn't finish that far behind Nancy's third in the 1992 Winter Olympics. Tonya was fourth. So why 30 to 1 against 2.5 to 1?
Okay.
Headline, Las Vegas. Follow-up puzzling odds. Does the line maker think the betting swing, all the money, will go to Kerrigan? Does he feel the judges who will score the event, will be pro-Kerrigan and anti-Harding? Or does he feel Tonya will be an emotional wreck after all these weeks of tension? And ask Tim McCarver. Deadline, Portland, Oregon. Party note. Tonya Harding's ex-husband, Jeff Gillooly, is planning a TV party so friends can watch her skate in the Winter Olympics next week. He'll serve club sandwiches.
That was Monday. In a moment, Jim Anna's highlights from Tuesday. But first, Dan Jansen ended his Olympic Games frustration today, winning the 1,000-meter speed skating event at Lillehammer, and he did it in dramatic fashion, establishing a new world's record, 1 minute 12 and 43/100ths of a second. As you know, Jansen has been plagued by a combination of bad luck and bad performances in his previous Olympic races that have spanned some 10 years. But today, Jansen came up a winner and won the gold. Now back to Jim Healy in his highlights from Tuesday.
could ever get here, and for you to ride them, I want to be a part of that. 3 class guys, and you pick them out and single them out.
Hey, Coach, I'm going to tell you something. You weren't there. You weren't there.
You remember that. When I see you, I'll kick your ass. Kick your ass.
The now classic blow-up. It's only 2 days old, but it's already a classic of Temple basketball coach John Chaney after the 56-55 loss to Massachusetts day before yesterday. With UMass coach John Calipari at the podium, Chaney began screaming from the back of the room as he went to Leonard Toast's room.
Leonard Toast has lost it.
Get to the point, will you?
Well, it was one of the greatest examples of a college coach losing it since Ohio State's Woody Hayes threw a punch at a Clemson linebacker who just intercepted a pass in the 1978 Gator Bowl. Woody swung at the kid in his own impression of Leonard Toast.
Leonard Toast has lost it.
Now, for the record, Temple's John Chaney is 62. Woody Hayes was 65 when he went to Leonard Toast's room.
Leonard Toast has lost it.
Luckily for John Chaney, his school dealt him only a 1-game suspension. Ohio State officials retired Woody within days, thinking the cork had finally come out of his bottle.
I don't give a damn what they think.
When he said he didn't give a damn what his bosses were thinking.
I don't give a damn what they think.
Dateline, Sunset Strip, long-distance follow-up. When KMPC's Tim McDarby phoned Temple today in Philadelphia to get basketball coach John Chaney's exact age, the publicist was rather testy.
You talk about chicken
Dateline, Sunset Strip, sudden thought. Gee, look at the time. It's 5:38 already, and I haven't mentioned Tonya Harding and Nancy Kerrigan once.
Blow it out.
Headline, Sunset Strip, aside to listener Tom G. Inasmuch as LA Open winner Corey Pavin is married to my niece Shannon, I was paying close attention to NBC's telecast Sunday. I never heard any reference to Bel Air being Corey's home course at UCLA. Of course, I don't watch every second of every golf telecast from top to bottom. And if I did, I wouldn't admit it. Headline, Sunset Strip, look-alike department. Listener A.L. nominates Tonya Harding and Roseanne Barr.
Say what?
I don't think that's funny.
I don't either.
Stay tuned. Okay.
Headline, New York City, follow-up Roseanne Barr.
Get to the point.
Okay, did you see columnist Liz Smith drooling over Roseanne today?
Yeah, I did.
Talking about meeting the Rockets' red glare lady in her hotel suite last week. The columnist wrote, she came in calm, quiet, shy. She sat down like a little girl, her feet barely touching the floor.
That is so much
She is
crap.
a lovely lady, and my
She
apologies
is a lovely
to her.
lady, and my apologies to her. She is a lovely lady, and
She is a lovely lady,
sorry.
and my apologies to her.
Dateline, Victor's getting slower. Did you notice that?
Yeah, I did.
Dateline, Los Angeles, in case you missed it, L.A. Coliseum just held a panic vote to try to get the stadium ready by September 1 for the USC and Raiders seasons. That's 6.5 months away. Somebody wanted to delay a decision a week. What's a week out of 6.5 months? But they rushed through a panic vote yesterday anyway. Well, the Coliseum didn't wait for competing bids. Number 2, it didn't get a cost figure. Number 3, it didn't even get any assurance the work would be completed by September 1.
I've got
All I can tell you is the only opposition came from Yvonne Brathwaite Burke, and the vote was 6-1 against
She is a lovely lady, and my apologies to her.
Okay. Headline, Los Angeles follow-up flashback. Of course, the Coliseum Commission has a long history of doing some pretty amusing things, like the time Commissioner Kenny Hahn gave an eloquent description of the new scoreboard.
They're going to have instant replay on some of the major football plays, as well as track races or something.
Say what?
They're going to have instant replay on some of the major football plays, as well as track races or something.
Headline, New York City sneak preview on the cover of the Feb 21 Sports Illustrated. That's next Monday. Due out tomorrow, American downhill ski winner Tommy Moe. Tommy Moe is on the cover. Okay. Headline, New York City final sneak previews. Also, tomorrow, SI will cut CBS TV's Winter Olympics coverage, a new one.
Say what?
Quote, it wasn't so much that Jim Nance mistakenly told us that A.J. Kitt rather than Tommy Moe had won the men's downhill, nor that Pat O'Brien couldn't get anyone to hold his hot dog while he took his droll stroll. What really bothered us was the copious amount of hot air CBS blew out on its telecast. From the moment Charles Kuralt told us on Sunday morning that Tommy Moe of the U.S. had won the men's downhill till CBS actually showed his run, 12 hours and 35 minutes elapsed.
Cowabunga, dude!
What's going on down there?
That was Tuesday. You're listening to Jim Healy's Highlights of the Week on 710 Sports KMPC. Wednesday's highlights coming up next. But first, for the second time in a week, the Milwaukee Brewers have lost a player to retirement. Last week it was Robin Yount. Today, Jim Gantner called it a career. And like Yount, Gantner spent his entire career with the Brewers. Gantner will remain in the Brewer organization as an instructor. Well, you've been hearing about it all day on 710 Sports KMPC. Ron Harper will miss tonight's Clippers game against the Lakers because of disciplinary reasons. Besides missing the game, he'll also be docked a game's pay, roughly $50,000. Harper is expected back tomorrow night when the Clippers play Utah. You can hear tonight's Clipper-Laker game here on KMPC beginning at 6:30 with Ralph Waller's NBA Tonight. And now here's Jim Healy. His highlights from Wednesday.
Figure skater Nancy Kerrigan, age 24, just got some more unwanted publicity when the national publication cover storied her breaking her engagement to a 26-year-old Massachusetts accountant with a prominent Jay Leno jaw. The cover headline says, Nancy Kerrigan, who she had to give up, why she had to give up her sweet. Headlines to the story itself inside explain why she broke off their 5-year relationship. Nancy Kerrigan's secret heartache. He wanted her to settle down and have children, so she was forced to give up her love to chase her Olympic dream. Headline Westwood, in case you missed it, a couple of Thursdays ago during UCLA's round of USC, the SC coach drew a technical for having six men on the floor.
Jim Rambo. George
That's the guy.
Get to the point.
Well, that wouldn't have surprised Walt Hazzard if Walt were still coaching UCLA. One time, Hazzard was asked about what defenses the Bruins expected to face in their next game.
We expect to see combination zones, matchup, diamond and two, and box and one.
Yes, that diamond and two. Diamond and two was interesting. Now, four men, make up a diamond.
Right.
You add two more, diamond and two. And Hazzard is looking for George Raveling's six-man defense.
We expect to see combination zones, matchup, diamond and two, and box and one.
Cowabunga, dude!
Headline, Inglewood item. L.A. Clippers crushed the Lakers 189, even though the Clippers' two top players, Danny Manning and Ron Harper, are suspended for missing practice Monday.
Right.
Okay. Headline, Los Angeles fast fall. Ron Harper's alibi for missing Monday's 4:30 p.m. You heard it right, 4:30 p.m. in the afternoon. Clipper practice was missing his plane home from Cleveland.
What?
Yes, was that the only plane from Cleveland to Los Angeles all day long?
Blow it out.
Meanwhile, Danny Manning's alibi for missing a 4:30 p.m. Monday practice in Los Angeles was a real pepperoo. Manning was tired from NBA All-Star Game social commitments on Saturday in Minneapolis, even though he gained 2 hours on the clock with the flight home. And he was still tired, though, Monday from Saturday's social life.
Okay.
Wonder if Danny Manning ever gets tired cashing those $43,000 per game paychecks.
Jim Healy, that's your lowest shot ever.
Headline, New York City TV tip. NBC Television has picked its two analysts for Major League Baseball this coming season. Joe Morgan will work with Dick Enberg, but Bob Costas gets stuck with Bob Euchre.
Look, it's a wacky business. Who cares?
Headline, Sunset Strip, fast afterthought. Nobody notices it today, but we're blessed with a number of good play-by-play announcers, not just Vin Scully, but the proof of the pudding is in the eating. In other words, the comparison of today's baseball announcers with yesterday's is in the listening, and I've got a real treat for you tonight. You're going to hear Walter Johnson, the great Hall of Fame strikeout pitcher, in his post-playing days as an announcer for the Washington Senators. Now, this is 1939. Nearly 55 years ago, and Walter Johnson's radio broadcasting partner is about to introduce
Into
him.
the last half of the fourth inning, and Pitco, the right fielder, right-hand batter's coming up, and here is Walter Johnson.
All right, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We're going into the last of the fourth. No score in this ball game. Pittsburgh, the right fielder's up. Bats right-handed. Here comes the first pitch. He swings and fouls it back. Pittsburgh walked his first time up.
Okay.
Al Milner, left-hander, pitching out there for the Cleveland Indians, is allowed only one hit, an infield single. Here comes the next pitch. It's a fastball. It's outside, 1-1.
Okay.
He's allowed one single and one walk. Bass, on the other hand, has allowed 2 hits and 5 walks. A little bit wild. Here comes the next pitch. And it's a little bit high. I can't believe it.
Okay.
Headline, New York City. Then and now comparisons continued. Okay, let's try NBC TV's Joe Garagiola more recently. This is the first game of the 1963 World Series. LA Dodgers lead the Yankees 5-2 in the game. Sandy Koufax is en route to a then World Series record 15 strikeouts. 2 outs for the Yankees. Bottom of the 9th, they have 1 out. 1 on, but they're down by 3 runs with pinch hitter Harry Bright facing Koufax.
Bright has to get on. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Swung on. And he struck him out. And the tension builds here. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Yes, Garagiola blew the call there. He said he struck him out. Sandy had only a count of 2 balls, 1 strike. Got another strike, and Garagiola said he struck Harry Bright out.
Bright has to get on. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Swung on. And he struck him out. And the tension builds here. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
I can't believe it.
Headline, Lillehammer, Norway. Social note. Some of America's Winter Olympics athletes threw a welcome to Lillehammer party for Tanya Harding tonight. Nancy Kerrigan was even due to sing, but unfortunately Nancy lost her voice in 1975.
The way the world works, you never know until it's too late whether the used car you bought is a gem or one that's going to wheeze over to the side of the road and give up the ghost in the middle of nowhere. There is an alternative, though. A Lexus certified pre-owned car. Every certified pre-owned Lexus comes with roadside assistance with an available serviceman just a phone call away. That's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Even early Thursday morning, say 2 a.m., out on Pear Blossom Highway, 40 miles from town. Not that that's so important. Maybe one of those truckers would stop for you. Maybe not. See your Southern California Lexus dealer for complete details.
In a moment, Jim Healy and his highlights from yesterday in the final 30 minutes of the Joe McDonald Show before Clippers Atlanta basketball on KMPC. This is Bob Rose.
Okay, so my wife and I are at the Chevy dealer.
How much for that 94 Chevy full-size pickup?
He says $13,795.
So we say to the Chevy dealer, how much extra for the things we want?
Yeah, like air conditioning.
$13,795.
He says, and what about a powerful 4.3-liter engine with electronic fuel injection?
He says $13,795. Is this guy playing with a full deck?
Then I ask, how much more for an AM/FM stereo cassette?
Yeah, and a rear step bumper.
He still says $13,795, including destination. We say, sold.
The Chevy Value Edition full-size pickup. A powerful 4.3-liter engine, electronic fuel injection, air conditioning, AM/FM stereo cassette, and much, much more, all for just $13,795, including destination charges. One more reason Chevy has the #1 selling full-size pickups in Southern California. See the Chevy Value Edition pickup at your Chevy dealer. MSRP of California Value Edition C1500 with PWT2 package. Tax, license, documentary fees, extra dealer prices may vary. See dealer for his price.
Well, long-time Steeler radio color man Myron Kolb just lost his broadcast partner of 24 years when Pittsburgh play-by-play announcer Jack Fleming retired.
Now, what's going on down there?
Get to the point, will you?
Okay, you'll recall Jack Fleming as the voice of reason on Steeler games, usually ignoring Myron Cope's attempts at humor.
We're about to get underway with the second half, and here is your longtime trusty play-by-play man, Jack Fleming.
John Carney, right to left.
On a recent broadcast, Jack Fleming low-keyed Myron Cope's rage over the referee not signaling what the penalty was.
Well, why didn't Jerry Markwright, the ref, identify the culprit? Let's watch. It was Jarvis Williams, just as I thought, and he did make a late hit on the guy. So the ball is spotted at the 3-yard line. First down. Shame on you, Jarvis, but I love it.
First down and goal to go.
And I like Markwright's refereeing, by the way.
9:37 to play before the half is over.
He wanted a
3-0 is there. You got something to say over there?
I'm talking about Markwright.
Tight eye formation.
On another broadcast, Fleming gave Myron a put down after he called the Pittsburgh TD.
He has the touchdown.
Oh, he has it with these, Jack, as we look at the replay. It was well inside the stripe in the corner there.
All of a foot.
No.
Here's the extra point try.
In the Steelers' 1993 game with Cleveland, Myron was talking over the referee's announcement, but Fleming went right about his business in reporting a penalty.
It is against Cleveland.
Hard signal, touchdown. He goes back for 22. Henry is declined. Touchdown when Jones, the quarterback.
You almost had the feeling Fleming lived to put Cope on.
Steelers take a 23-17 lead.
I'm going down to the locker room. We'll have a real nice locker room show, okay with you?
Yeah, that's fine with me.
All right.
Don't get overheated or anything. Stay cool.
All right.
But everybody's favorite was last fall's game where Cope rambled so long, recapping a Steeler touchdown, that Pittsburgh place kicker Gary Anderson was already out to attempt the extra point. Here, Fleming tongue-in-cheek, Anderson's out there, Myron, after Cope got carried away describing how a Steeler blocking back slipped into the end zone to take a touchdown pass from quarterback Mike Tomczak.
I'll tell you what, he was set up in the backfield to block on the right side of Tomczak, and he was doing a swell job blocking out a big pass rusher, but Tomczak moves out to the left, scrambling around. So where he's left here, what do? He said, do I play a game of solitaire? Do I run into the end zone? Do I stand there? He stands there. He throws it in.
Anderson's out there, Myron.
Headline, Sunset Strip, who moved to Bourbon. Listener Matt B. just heard CNN anchor Susan Ruck call Michael Jordan Michael Jackson. Well, I'm not laughing. Every time I mention Michael Jordan here, I'm scared to death I'm going to say Michael Jackson. So you won't hear me ripping Susan Ruck for her goof.
She is a lovely lady, and my apologies to her.
Headline, Las Vegas say what department? Former UNLV basketball coach Jerry Tarkanian has a 1-hour, twice-a-week sports call-in show in Vegas. Listener just phoned him to ask, is Jim Herrick as big a jerk as people say? Tarkanian said, yes.
Cowabunga, dude.
Well, I'd love to see what happens the next time the two of them meet.
It's going to be another ball burner.
Deadline, Portland, follow-up, Tanya Harding's long plane ride. It began at 10:45 yesterday morning when she caught a United commuter jet from Portland to Seattle. Now, that was 7:45 last night, Lillehammer time.
Right.
Next, an SAS flight over the pole from Seattle to Copenhagen. Then another SAS flight from Copenhagen, Denmark, to Oslo, Norway. And after all that, an 80-mile van ride to the Winter Olympics site.
She is a lovely lady, and my apologies
She is a lovely lady, and my apologies to her.
Okay.
Dateline, Portland, follow-up, Tanya Harding's long journey. A line in today's newspaper story was hysterical without intending to be. I'll quote it. She slept from Portland to Seattle, but seemed wide awake on the first half of the flight to Copenhagen.
What?
Yes, she slept from Portland to Seattle, all 25 minutes. 25 minutes, the plane was in the air.
Cowabunga, dude. Okay.
Headline, Los Angeles, follow-up pickup. Columnist Bud had this tagline today. If you were flying to Norway and Tanya Harding was in the next seat, what would you have said to her? Reply. I'd have given Tanya the same warning I give everybody I sit next to on a plane. I'm going to try to get some sleep, okay?
Cowabunga, dude.
She is a lovely lady, and my
score. Big line, Sunset Strip. Tonight, slip off the top.
Hi, everybody. This is Big Vital talking round ball. Today I'm going to talk about freshman eligibility.
Say what?
Freshman eligibility.